Thank you, Randa. What a joy to be integral part of the interesting combination of people. I mean, Sri Lanka is a great country of substance. Our representative office has been a professional intermediary to support the bilateral opportunities in terms of trade or investment, banking, and finance. We live in a changing world. Extraordinary set of changes and challenges are happening. A new world order is throwing enormous opportunities as well. While we recognize the risk in terms of human governance, economic governance, environment governance, and social risk management, we need to move from disaster recovery to business continuity. We also see the synergistic opportunities between country to country. With this perspective in mind, we have aligned today a prolific line of speakers: the Sri Lankan Central Bank representatives, Investment Board, Export Promotion Board. Our experience in terms of Sri Lanka has been very professional, prolific in terms of hospitality as well as professionalism. And we want to support the mission of Sri Lanka Vision 2025 in pursuit of that goal. We have aligned the speakers. In terms of economics, the underlying fundamentals are strong. And you have a concerted Vision 2025, and you have inflation you have outlined, you have financial stability, you have reserves of 7.1 billion. Plus, even though there were deceleration in terms of currency brought to stability now, I think it's an opportunity from a Gulf perspective. That's what I look at it. I mean, we do have expatriates from Sri Lanka living in the Gulf. Qatar itself is hosting around 150,000. We're seeing reflections in Kuwait, Bahrain, Oman, Saudi Arabia, UAE. In fact, we do have branches in Kuwait and UAE. We will promote the Sri Lankan SMEs and corporates, and we'll also share this information, disseminate to our key relationship to showcase the fundamentals and see how best. I think we have a bigger opportunity when I met the previous finance minister and even the previous president when we came for the inauguration. We looked at various options in terms of collaborations and investment partnership and joint ventures between Qatar and Sri Lanka. We are going to explore that option, and the Sri Lankan mission is looking for the new posting of the ambassador as such. Let me show you what Qatar is all about in a minute. Global economies, we talked about it. We have 23 million people under stress, and we have seen over 800,000 people we lost. Qatar has managed well. We have nearly 600,000 people we have tested. We have 194 people we lost. Nevertheless, still we have around 3,000 people still under treatment. We will make sure that our healthcare system is second to none. And overall, if you look at the bigger picture, Qatar has managed well in terms of healthcare. And looking at the other risk management, we'll show you the financial stability. We will show you the Qatar economy. We'll also look at the bilateral opportunities. Now, Qatar as a country.
Located on the region's busiest shipping route, Qatar is perfectly positioned for international trade, with direct air and sea connections to Asia, Africa, and Europe. Qatar is becoming a leading destination for next-generation business models. Its thriving, knowledge-based economy has helped secure its place among the most competitive business environments in the world, an ideal destination for foreign investment. The past 4 decades have seen a 9-fold increase in Qatar's population to 2.7 million. The current political blockade by neighboring countries has only served to strengthen the nation's self-sufficiency, and strategic investment continues to accelerate. Qatar has already spent $33 billion on infrastructure projects, with new contracts to be awarded over the next 3 years, not least with the 2022 FIFA World Cup on the horizon. The national strategy, Vision 2030, is even more ambitious. Qatar is known as the world's leading supplier of liquefied natural gas and a leading player in aviation and sports and the media.
So in terms of overall financial stability, we are producing and having $200 billion. Essentially, this year there's going to be a contraction of 4.7%. There will be a marginal current account deficit as well as fiscal deficit. We have reserves worth of over $380 billion. That's twice the GDP is our reserves, which includes central bank cash and gold plus external assets in multiple markets, multiple sectors. Central bank has taken a lot of initiatives. I'm not going to detail for want of time. Over $20.5 billion has been promulgated to support the COVID recovery from this. We have managed it well in terms of direct as well as indirect support to business houses. We have moved from disaster recovery to business continuity. Qatar Development Bank has been supporting small and medium-sized entrepreneurs. And there are guidelines issued by Qatar Central Bank. I'm not going to detail.
But as I
gas
mentioned,
is an area where you have to look at.
We are full steam ahead. We are, as we have mentioned in the past, we're going to be awarding all our contracts for Northfield expansion project. We have two phases, the east and the south expansion. We're going to go from 77 million tons per annum to 110 million tons per annum by 2025, and then up from 110 to 126 by the year 2027. We've ordered all the shipping requirements, and we've booked slots for about $20 billion. We've announced just a couple of weeks ago, and that's at the cost of around $20 billion US, and we've booked up 60% of the entire world's capacity of building LNG ships. So these, we call them our moving pipelines, if you will, but that's to have our full supply chain up and ready by the time we have all the developments in place.
So we are going to move nearly, in two phases, 77 to 110 by 2025, 127 again by 2027. That's equivalent to 6 million barrels of oil. Oil, gas, and petrochemicals is what Qatar is producing. That's huge, with the energy security required in emerging markets. So it is captive in terms of consumption as well as production and distribution. So it is very strong economic fundamentals in terms of hydrocarbon. Non-hydrocarbon, we are growing at between 5 to 7% pre-COVID. I think similar reflection will come. Now to start with 2022, stadiums, FIFA stadiums, we are modernizing the infrastructure, airport, seaport, road, rail. Look at a glimpse of the FIFA stadiums. These are engineering marvels. Beautiful stadiums have been designed to deliver state-of-the-art, and it's going to be fun. We welcome all of you to come to 2022 game show. And in terms of business, we are building the free zones. The economic zones are well set. Look at the glimpse.
Zones Authority is establishing a cluster of free zones, including Ras Bafuntas, located beside Hamad International Airport, the best airport in the Middle East, and Al Hul, with direct access to Hamad Port, the world's biggest greenfield port development. Qatar free zones offer foreign investors 100% ownership, zero customs duty and corporation tax, no individual income tax, quick building permits, and access to a skilled workforce. On the ground, free zones also provide fully serviced plots, dedicated security, hotel and retail facilities, as well as advanced broadband to ensure optimal connectivity. While Qatar welcomes investment in any sector, exciting opportunities already exist in logistics, e-commerce, food packaging, pharmaceuticals, and plastics. With an eye to the future, we're also focused on disruptive industries, such as renewable energy, power storage solutions, and artificial intelligence. Be part of the Qatar Free Zones initiative, with everything in place, from essential infrastructure and facilities to ease of shipping and customs. Your business can flourish as a truly global player in partnership with the Qatar Free Zones Authority.
Business we are here to support. Investments we are here to support. Investments we have programs, and Qatar, as I said, Qatar Investment Authority is looking at options. We will manifest when Sanjay and our Chief Representative, Mr. Iranda, get together and see the possibilities where all we can come to collaborations, and we'll introduce the right kind of partnership here and see whether we can have investment partnership of joint venture, private capacity as well as public-private partnership model we can create. We'll explore the possibilities. Sri Lanka is obviously it's such a beautiful country, airport, seaport, all well laid out, very strategic. We have to explore further strengthening in terms of investments. We'll coordinate and do the rest. Now, investments framework is already financial service. When it comes to essence of it, we are looking forward for using Qatar as a gateway for global purpose, and we can bring in your cost-effective labor. You have the know-how. We can get the equity from certain pockets, and debt will come through Doha Bank on its own, or even through investment partnership with Qatar Development Bank, Al-Damin program, which just now we showcased and Atul has just mentioned. Okay. Then Sri Lanka, we have covered it extensively. Now, the bilateral partnership, I want to show you some pictures. And His Highness Emir was there in March 2015. Again, the finance minister of Sri Lanka was here in July 2017. And the commerce minister met the then prime minister of Sri Lanka. And we had, again, Sri Lankan previous president was here. We hosted him in October 2017. And we also had Chamber of Commerce meeting with him. It was a very good meeting. We resolved many things. And I had the privilege of So these are the developments. The previous finance minister came for our inauguration. Previous central bank governor came for our inauguration in June 2018. And we had a wonderful, and again, I hosted him in September here in the bank. Twice or thrice we hosted this central bank governors here. Even and the President and the Foreign Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister met the Speaker in 2000.
Qatar's Minister of Energy Saad Sharida Al-Kabi met with President Gotabaya Rajapaksa earlier today at the Presidential Secretariat and iterated the willingness of the government of Qatar to help Sri Lanka begin the production of renewable energy. Minister Al-Kabi requested that the President appoint a representative of Sri Lanka to look into the matters pertaining to renewable energy production and also congratulated the President on his victory at last year's presidential election. During the meeting, President Rajapaksa nominated Secretary to the President P.B. Jayasundara as the country's representative on the issue. In order to explore methods of implementation of the proposal, the Minister of Qatar Saad Sharida Al-Kabi invited the Secretary to the President to visit the city of Doha in Qatar. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa said that Sri Lanka is willing to expand bilateral cooperation between the two countries and said that Sri Lanka is in need of extending its market for exports such as tea, both organic and non-organic vegetables and fruits. Expressing optimism over the discussions, the Qatari minister stated that it was the first step in furthering cooperation between the two countries.
So that's where it stands. And FinTech Hub we are creating. But where I see the opportunity, I tell you, on the airport side, the code sharing agreement already going on. We can look at opportunities to collaborate, Qatar Airways and Sri Lankan Airways. Similarly, Milaha, the shipping company in Qatar, has got huge expertise in terms of diversification distribution strategy. We can look at port, what a strategic geography it is. So, Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal, and Arabian Sea. So you have a bigger advantage to collaborate on this seaport. That's where the investment partnership we can explore. On the food security side, we can explore the opportunities. On the banking side, we will continue to explore. So we will work out the details, specifics. If we'll invite you to Qatar and you do a presentation to ultra net worth individuals as well as institutions here, we can together present the Sri Lankan opportunities to the market so that we can create a win-win model, Mr. Sanjay. With these words, I have to conclude for want of time because already we have slightly over the budgeted time. I want to invite Iranda to say a word of thanks to conclude the event.